All right, guys, we're recording. How's everybody doing?
Okay.
Good. Everybody's muted, so I can't really hear you. So let me just mute out some of the background. See if I can get some of the background noise muted there for a minute. Hold on. I don't know if those muted. Those. Okay, I think they're muted. Let me mute. Hey, Morgan, where's Brother Alcy?
Alcy?
You're muted. You're muted, Morgan.
He said he'll be on once he meets with his client.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, good. So listen, guys, it's April 11th. Woo, we got to get this noise figured out. Okay, it's April 11th, guys. How many, who can guess how many days we got in the month? 28, 29, 30, or 31? How many in April? Somebody tell me.
30.
Thank you, Morgan. 30 days in April. So today is April 11th. Do your math. How many days we got left?
$19.
Boom. 19 days left, right? So essentially 1/3 of the month is gone.
Yeah.
Right? 1/3 of the month is gone. So that means we got 2/3 of the month left. You guys got me? Now, what Mark Hughes always taught us is, we got to get this background noise figured out. What Mark Hughes always taught us is work your first half of the month loading up the freshman class. The freshman class is called New Business, New Business, New Business. That's what they call the freshman class. So you work the first month, loading it up, loading it up, loading it up. New customers, new potential customers, new preferred members, new potential preferred members, new distributors, new potential distributors. What do I mean by new potential distributors? What do I mean by new potential customers? Those are maybe customers that you've sampled the products to them, right? Or that you've done a wellness evaluation with them, or something to that nature. Those are potentials, people that you've already put the pitch on, or they've tasted the products, or they're doing a 3-day trial, or things like that. Same with preferred member. That's a potential preferred member is somebody you've already explained it to them, but maybe they're waiting on their money, or they're waiting on whatever, right? And that's the same with the distributor. You've already pitched them on the business, and they're either going to get started or waiting on their money or waiting on whatever that they're waiting on. Okay. So you spend the first half of your month, first 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, loading up the new class, the freshman class. And then you spend the last half of the month, you know, closing all that stuff out. New business, new business. Now this is on top of your existing business. This does not include existing customers and repeat customers and whatever. You guys understand that? We're talking about new business, because the goal is always, and I want y'all to get this in your notes, the goal is always to add new. Add new. New solves all. Remember that. New solves all. There's an old saying in Herbalife, activity and production solves all problems. So with activity and production, you're going to get new business. New business solves all problems. If you understand that, nod your head. Nod your head. Yes, new business solves all problems. New business keeps your pulse on the market, keeps you excited. I just coming out of the gym. I went to my old gym 24 today to get a quick shoulder workout in. Coming out in the parking lot to the car. I mean, this happened 20 minutes ago. Coming out to the parking lot, and I hear Earl yelling across the parking lot, yelling my name, all excited. And first of all, that was a nice thing to have happen. I mean, how many times you go to a parking lot, somebody's all excited to see you, you know, like really over the top excited. you know, and but then he had a big old bag of products with him because he was making a delivery to one of his customers at 24 Hour Fitness, right? So new business, repeat business, money exchanging hands. Guess what? That gives you a great attitude. That keeps you fresh. That keeps you excited. That keeps a spark in your eyes, a spark in your step. That keeps your vision and your hope and your belief and your attitude and enthusiasm and excitement alive. If that makes sense, nod your head. New business, repeat business, money exchanging hands business, every day. Activity and production solves all problems. Activity and production gives you a great attitude. Now, here's the formula from Mark Hughes. So write this down. Attitude equals income. I assume all of y'all want to make income. Raise your hand if you want to make income. Raise your hand if you want to make a lot of income. I'm still asking. Okay, if you want to make a lot of income. So here's the secret. Write it in your notes. If you want to make a lot of income, you have to have a lot of attitude, meaning a lot of great attitude. You know, you see things posted on Instagram and social media and all these philosophical quotes, like business quotes. Y'all see that stuff all the time? You know, philosophical quotes and life quotes and things like that. I saw a quote and it said something like, you know, you'll never see a successful person with a bad attitude, right? So you got to have a great attitude. The easiest way to have a great attitude is by having business, fresh business, new business, new blood. Write that down. New solves all. You heard that before, right? You heard it about 3 minutes ago and 3 minutes before that, right? New blood. New solves all. New solves all. Repetition. That's why I keep saying it, so you'll get it. New solves all. New business. Now, that does not mean forget about the business that you just got 4 days ago, that new person, because follow-up equals fortune. Follow-up equals fortune. Jim Rohn says a few customers well taken care of can open doors that you could never open on your own. I'm going to say it one more time so you can get it down. A few customers well taken care of can open doors for you that you could never open on your own. So whenever I'm talking about new business, I don't want you to get it just because I'm not talking about like the old, like following up and the other stuff. I'm not talking about forget about your other ones. Yes. Give everybody the white glove rock star treatment. Love on them, care about them, be there for them, answer the questions for them, set up an appointment so they can have your undivided attention instead of just like, you know, when you're multitasking and you just give them 10% of your energy. You know, if they need your attention, set up an appointment so you can give them 15 minutes of your undivided attention, because it's amazing when you love and care about your people and you invest life into life. It's amazing. Number one, they appreciate it, especially when it comes from a place of sincerity, like you're sincere about what you're doing. You're sincere about helping them change their life, get the results that they're looking for, or whatever the case. This is for customers or business. You guys understand? For customers or business. So when they're clear that you care about them more than the money that you're putting in your pocket, then you got a relationship. Now you got a relationship. Now you got a friend for life when they know that you care about them. It ain't about the money. It's about the result. Y'all keep that in mind. Always go after the result, not the money. Mark Hughes always said, you get the man into Herbalife. And what that means in context, or you get the woman into Herbalife, what that means, whether we're talking about products or business, it's interchangeable, it's universal. So what that means is you get the person's heart. In that context, he was saying you got to get the man in, you got to get the man into Herbalife. You got to get the woman into Herbalife. That means you got to dig deep, down and get their heart. You get their heart in it. And this is for the products or the business. And once you got a person's heart, then that's everything. You got everything. That's all you need. Everything else will take care of itself as long as you halfway know what you're talking about. And if you're sincere, the products do all the work as long as you take them, right? But you're the voice for the products. You speak, you give the products life. You're the life part of Herbalife, meaning you give the voice. The products can't, the Rebuild Strength can't call up a customer tomorrow morning and say, hey, what'd you think of that taste? Hey, what'd you think of that deal? The Lift Off or the tea can't call your customer up and, tell them how many scoops they're supposed to take and what to mix it in. You guys got me? So you guys are the voice. You guys are the life that brings this whole thing to fruition and makes this thing perpetuate. If you understand what I'm talking about, nod your head, just so I can get some interaction. I hate sitting here talking when it's all muted. I want to feel like y'all are in the living room here with me, even though I'm in my office. Okay. But anyway, that's the long and the short of it. So we spend the first half of the month loading up the new freshman class, giving our existing distributors and customers our time, our attention, investing life into life. And by the way, this is a little something to learn. And for some of us, it takes longer than others. It just kind of depends on how fast of a learner you are and how hungry you are to learn and how much you're exposed to a learning, teaching environment. So these are some things that you have to take into consideration as well in terms of how fast you learn things. Okay. But the quicker you learn things, and the more value that you'll be able to bring to your customers and distributors, the faster your business grows. So basically you want to, and I'm just going to say this for a lack of a better word, you want to master as many things as you can possibly master. Now here's the good news. I'm talking from a position of a high school diploma. I barely got a high school diploma. You understand? I never been to a university or official college, but I have been to the University of Life, and I've been to the University of Herbalife, and I've learned from some of the top millionaires and leaders around the world, right? So, in itself, like Jim Rohn says, formal education can make you a living, self-education can make you rich. You guys follow me? So here's the good news. It doesn't matter if you come to the table and you're super freaking like scientifically smart and you're got, 3 bachelor's degrees and all that stuff. I'm not saying that's not good. I'm just saying the qualifications don't matter whether you got them or don't got them. How smart you are, how not smart you are, how fast of a learner you are, how fast of a learner you aren't. Because the big variable is the willingness and the desire to change and to work for it. Desire. You cannot put a price tag on desire. Write that down. You show me a person that's got like, they're already financially doing well, right? And they don't have much desire, but they want to start this business. And you show me somebody else that doesn't have much, can barely rub 2 nickels together, but they got all the desire in the world to change, and they are hungry to change. And they think this vehicle is it. They found it, but they have a tremendous amount of desire to change. They have a tremendous amount of willingness to learn and to work. Willingness to work, willingness to learn. I'll take that all day over the person that comes to the table with a lot of money and not much desire. Because they're already fat and happy. Meaning they already got, they're comfortable. They've already experienced this, they've experienced that. And sometimes the people that already got the money, they come to the table thinking that that they got all the answers. Like they come to the table, they're not willing to learn, because they've already succeeded at some level in the things that they've already done before. You guys understand me? So it's a big deal, desire. And that's where I was when I started. I didn't have any money, but I had a tremendous amount of desire to change. And I was willing to learn, and I was a student, right? Always taking the notes. I mean, the second anybody's making more money than me and they start speaking, I'm writing notes. I'm jotting it down, right? I can't tell you how many times I've heard Jim Rohn over and over and over. That's why I can spit off just boom, 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 phrases that Jim Rohn has taught, because it's like a computer chip. It's ingrained because of the repetition of how many times I've heard it before. You guys understand that? Every time I'm confronted with a problem, then I'm like, maybe I don't know the answer to it. The first thing that pops in my head is the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. I was taught that 33 years ago from Mark Hughes. Bigger the problem, bigger the paycheck. Can't tell you how far that's gotten me, because it'll help you when you understand those philosophies and that's ingrained in you. Then every time you're confronted with a problem, you don't fold up shop. Every time the wind blows, a direction that's not favorable, you don't fold up shop. You're like, well, bigger the problem, bigger the paycheck. If I can solve this problem, I'm going to get a big paycheck. So it's like Jim Rohn says, don't wish things were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish that you were better. You know what I mean? Because you're going, hey, raise your hand if you had problems before Herbalife. Raise your hand if you had circumstances before Herbalife. Unexpected. Anybody ever had any unexpected things happen to you? Oh, wasn't expecting that. Oh, wow, can't believe that. I thought I knew that person better than that. Oh, I can't believe that person did that to me. Sometimes it's your own family. Really? Whoa, that's a surprise. Yeah, all of y'all are nodding your head. Y'all got them too. Everybody does. That's called life. Human beings. I mean, the unexpected, right? So the best thing, and I learned this, these aren't my philosophies, by the way. This is secondhand information, third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand, whatever, right? But what I've learned from very successful business people in Herbalife and in other businesses as well is things are going to continue to happen that you're not expecting, the unexpected in business, in life, with personalities, with other people, with your own customers, with your own distributors, with sideline distributors, whatever. Personality conflicts, whatever. Things are going to happen that are unexpected. So what you got to do is you got to already understand up front that things like this are going to happen. So if you understand things like this will happen, then when things happen like this, you're not completely knocked on your back, blindsided. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could still be like, oh, wow, I can't believe that. But you're not going to be like crisis mode, fire alarm, calling friends and family, creating even more drama because you're so taken from it. You guys understand what I'm saying? So the point is mental preparedness is what I'm trying to tell you. Mental preparedness. And that's where the self-development, we call it personal development, or you could call it self-development. Personal development is developing yourself, your person, developing your person. We develop our body in the gym. We develop our heart and cardiovascular system by doing cardio, by eating right. We develop our bodies, anti-aging, longevity, feeling good, staying off drugs and medications. But at the same time that you take care of your body, you also have to take care of your mind and learn philosophies. And it's really philosophy that can change the direction of your life. Jim Rohn's definition of philosophy, by the way, your personal philosophy, this is pretty much what it is. It's the sum total of the way you think and feel about things. That's the easy way to say it. Your personal philosophy is the sum total of the way that you feel and think about things. Feel, think, and look. The way you look at things, think, feel, that's your personal philosophy. And depending on your personal philosophy is going to dictate or determine the way that you react to certain things that happen, negative, positive, or indifferent. Or it's going to determine the actions that you take on a daily basis to build your business, to build customers, to go get new people. It's going to determine, all the way down to the simplest of things, your personal philosophy, the sum total of the ways that you look, feel, and think about things is going to determine whether or not you leave the house branded or not. I'm just going to take a breath and let that sink in for a minute. Some of the simplest of things is going to determine whether you're going to leave the house branded or not. You guys feel me? Okay? Let me tell you something. I just got out of the gym. My shorts were branded. I wore a sweater, like a over thing to keep me warm on my first 20, 30 minutes of my workout. That was branded. When I took it off, was my tank top branded? Somebody take a guess. Just a wild guess. Was my hat branded? That's this one. You can't see it, but yeah, it's branded. Was my bottles that I was drinking of? It wasn't this one. This is my Post. But was my pre-workout bottle and my during workout bottle branded? Yes, it was. Was my gym bag branded? Yes, it was. Herbalife Nutrition, International President's Team. You guys understand? How long have I been branded in Herbalife? Take a guess. How long have I never left the house without being branded in Herbalife? Take a guess. Okay? Why am I sharing this with you? Well, because it's fresh on my mind, because I just saw some of my distributors at the gym that weren't branded. And I don't want to say my distributors because they're saying no ownership. These are independent, so that's a slip up. They're not my distributors, but there's some folks that was in my organization, distributors, they ain't branded. They think having a bottle on the floor is plenty, So listen, and by the way, that's not anything against them. Maybe the laundry wasn't clean. There's reasons, you know what I mean? Or maybe they're not just that serious about building their business, or this, or 10 other reasons. But all I'm saying, and get this one in your notes, is, and then I'll get off my little, if you want to call it a rant, but the bottom line is success leaves clues. There are reasons why some people are successful, and there are reasons why others aren't so successful, right? Is being branded every single day the only way that you're going to be successful? Brandon's saying yes. No, that's a trick question. That's a trick question. Brandon, I say anything and he'll go, yes. He'll just, no, exactly. That's a trick question, because being branded is not the only way that you're going to be successful. What if, because that's a trick question. What if you're branded all the time, but you got a horrible attitude? And you're always giving people the mean face, mean mugging. We call it mean mugging. I don't know if y'all call it that, but mean mugging. Like some of these people in the gym, I'm like, Jesus, come on, man. I'm intense in the gym, but when I get eye contact with somebody, I try to give them a little nod or smile at them or something to let them know I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? So what if you're branded 24/7, but you're mean mugging all the time? Well, then you're giving Herbalife a bad name, and people think the Herbalife people are mean, right? See, you don't know this because you might not see how you show up to other people. And by the way, I didn't know this stuff either until about 15 years ago when I started shooting videos. And then when you start shooting videos and you got to go edit the videos, you're sitting there going, oh my God, I look like that. Oh my God, I sound like that. Oh my God, I'm stuttering so much. Oh my God, I never smile. Oh my God, you start looking at your mannerisms and you start critiquing yourself, and then you start going, oh, wow, that's what other people see, right? So it just makes you more conscious. So anyway, success leaves clues. You cannot be an undercover distributor. So what are the 3 basic things that you got to do in Herbalife, the foundation in Herbalife to be successful? It's called use, wear, talk. Keep it in mind and never get it twisted. Use, wear, talk. So if you ain't using, then chances are you ain't going to be wearing and you ain't going to be talking. If you are using and you ain't wearing, then chances are you ain't going to be talking, because when you're just out and about, people don't know you're an Herbalife. You're an undercover Herbalife distributor. You get in this business to go in what do they call it? What do they call that deal? Like deep undercover. It's like a deep undercover operation, like a CIA.
What are you talking about?
It's like a CIA, like deep undercover. Like I can't remember, the word is slipping me, but there's a word for it. Anyway, you guys understand. You didn't get in Herbalife to go deep undercover where people don't know you're in Herbalife. So you got to be branded, baby, 24/7. What if I was not branded? What if I went to the gym that night and I had a horrible attitude and I said, I ain't going to wear none of my branding, and then I met Earl there?
No one would be here. Well,
He wouldn't even know I'm in Herbalife, because the only reason that he walked up to me is because he liked my shirt. And he didn't even know it was an Herbalife shirt. He saw the 24 on it. It was another shirt, but it had 24 on it, just like this. He saw the 24, and he thought, because it was at 24 Hour Fitness, and he's going, where can I get me one of them shirts? And I go, great question, Grasshopper. Let me show you. I made it. I made this shirt. And he goes, oh, I thought that was a shirt from 24 Hour here. I go, no, that's my business, Herbalife. He goes, Herbalife? I've been hearing about Herbalife. Oh, my goodness. And he was already in network marketing, another company that put everything he had into it, and it didn't work out for him. And so, hey, now he's a Global Expansion team member, soon to be millionaire team member, soon to be a president's team member. I would have missed him. You guys understand that? I see Jorge and Disney. Jorge and Disney, 6 years in the business. She worked at Hooters. He was a bartender 6 years ago. I posted that video on NCL of their home in Marabella, Spain, right on the ocean. If y'all haven't seen that video, go watch that video, because I took that off Instagram. It's about a minute to see their house and their pool, and they still got their condo overlooking the ocean in Miami. But they've got the highest royalty check out of any president's team member in the world. That's outside of chairman's, but they're the only president's team members in the history of Herbalife that have 100,000 royalty. That's 100,000 royalty points. That's not $100,000. 100,000 royalty points will get you about $300,000 a month. That's what that equates to with royalties and bonuses. 6 years in the business. And every single video that they post on their IG stories, and every single video and picture that people in their organization post, because I follow a lot of their people in their organization, guess what? Every single picture, every single video, they're branding. I'm telling you, even if they're at the restaurant, even if they're at the Cuban nightclub in Miami, Lose Weight Now asked me how, with their nice clothes on. You follow me? Do you have to do that? Do you have to do that? I'm going to tell you right now, Brandon's probably going to go, yes, 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 yes. That's another trick question. It's another trick question. You don't have to do that. You don't have to wear the button everywhere. On Friday night and Saturday night and Sunday night, when you're out with the family at the restaurant, you don't have to wear I Love Herbalife button or Lose Weight Now button or a hat or bring your bottle and set it on the table. You don't got to do none of that. You don't got to talk to people. You don't have to have business cards. You don't have to do any of that. And guess what? you're not going to even get close to what they got either in terms of business. See, whatever you want in this business, you can achieve, but your action has to match, or excuse me, your commitment has to match your expectation. You guys got me? So if you have an expectation and you want to make $5,000 a month, then by golly, at least master the first three things, which is use, wear, talk. At least do that. And this goes back to my point. You don't have to be that smart in Herbalife. You don't have to have master's degrees and be, if you do, that's fantastic. That just kind of shows who you are. I can guarantee you, if I add up, if we go around all the people on here, I guarantee you all of y'all are smarter than me. You're probably more book smart, you're credentially smart, all that stuff. Good jobs. I know some of you. Y'all are smart. But you don't got to be smart in Herbalife to master, use, wear, talk. And that's the magic of Herbalife. That's how Mark Hughes set it up, use, wear, talk. Can you master use, wear, talk? Can you master using the products? Can you master getting the best results humanly possible? The answer is yes. For $10,000 a month, can you master using the products? Oh, you didn't say $10,000 a month. Well, that changes the whole story. I saw y'all's body language. Now everything changed. $10,000 a month, I'll master anything. I'll walk on my hands every day for $10,000, right? Master anything if the promise is clear. Can you never 24/7, 7 days a week, never leave your home without being visually branded? I'm not talking about hidden branded. I'm not talking about a button, but then all your hair is covering it up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I'm talking about visually being open for business. You guys understand? Whoo! I'm about to sneeze. Sorry. Got allergies over here. So yes, you can master wearing for $10,000 a month, for $5,000 a month, for $7,000 a month, for $15,000 a month. Yes, you can. Can you master talking to people? Yes, you can for $10,000 a month. Can you get good at talking to people? Can you get good at asking questions? Can you get good at building relationships? Yeah, if you knew it's going to pay you $10,000 a month. Are you guys getting the theme here? Are you getting the theme? That's the difference. Why does Jorge and Disney everywhere, buttons, branded, everywhere? Why does their group do it everywhere? Everybody's duplicating monkey see, monkey do. Duplication. You guys understand? Duplication. Do you want a bunch of, do you want to have an organization that's undercover, or do you want to have an organization that's open for business? Do you want to have an organization that's living by example, by using the products, or do you want to have an organization that's faking it and just kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out on the products? You follow me? So guess what? You got to be the shining example of the products. Mark Hughes called it becoming a product of the product. I'm almost done, by the way. A product of the product. Okay? Is this stuff helping, guys? Guess what? I guarantee you that most of y'all already knew all of this. I guarantee you most of y'all already knew this. Didn't you, Sharon? You already know this stuff. But I guarantee you also, you love hearing it. You want to hear it again, because this is how you build. This is one of the ways you build. It's not the only way, but this is the foundation to Herbalife. Don't talk to me about getting to the Get Team, Millionaire Team, and President's Team if you ain't branded 24/7. Don't talk to me about getting to the Get Team, Millionaire Team, and President's Team if your car is not branded. Oh, that slipped my mind. Done forgot about branding my car. Open for business. That's a moving mobile vehicle. Ever since day one, I've been in Herbalife. My car is branded. Okay? You guys feel me? Car got to be branded. Got to check all the boxes. You got to check all the boxes. Okay? Y'all know Earl and some of the rest of y'all. Y'all know Zane and Jan Miller. Who's Earl talking to? Earl knows Jan. Earl, you know Jan Miller, right?
Yeah, Jan Miller. Yeah, I met her before.
Exactly. And guess what? All of Mexico is under Jan Miller. All of Mexico. She's a mega multi-millionaire. She got started in Herbalife in 1983. And the way that she started in Herbalife is she saw a guy, she lives in San Angelo, Texas, okay, out on a ranch. And she saw a guy driving down an old country road, and he had lose weight now stickers on his car. And she essentially ran him off the road to get his number, to stop him and get his number. Long story short, he got her on the products. He signed her up in the business. And within a few months, I don't think it was even a year, I think it was like 6 months, Earl, you might remember, that guy quit.
Yeah, it was
Quit
crazy.
the business. This is like 1983. Well, fast forward 35 years later, well, first of all, in the 80s, they became big because they went down to Mexico, and Eduardo Salazar is underneath them, Chairman's Club member. All of Mexico is under. Anyway, mega millionaires. The guy that signed him up quit. But the point is the way she got into Herbalife was by seeing some lose weight now stickers on somebody's car and ran them off the road and got their telephone number. Y'all remember this was in the 80s, so it wasn't like, you know, she couldn't text them and whatever. They didn't have a website. Websites weren't invented yet. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know who you're going to meet. I guarantee I'm going to meet another Earl. I guarantee I'm going to meet somebody else in the gym that sees my stuff, that knows I'm in Herbalife. Now, guess what? Here's a newsflash for you. The first time they see you wearing Herbalife and drinking Herbalife and wearing a button or wearing the shirt, that don't mean they're going to attack you and beg to become a customer or beg to become a distributor. But you're softening the market. Then the next time they see you, the next time they see you, the next time they see you. I've got guys in the gym see me all the time. They haven't become a customer or signed up yet, but they know I do Herbalife. And I'm friends with them. And I don't ram it down their throat every time I see them. I build a relationship. I work on getting people to like me. And by the way, I'm not just doing it so they like me. I build relationships, so I'm friends with them. I got a ton of people at the gym at Cowboys Fit and a ton of people at the gym at 24 Hour. And I know them by name, and they know me, and we're fist bumping. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, baby, how you doing? Whatever. And they're not even in Herbalife, but I give Herbalife a great name. I represent Herbalife well, right? And I soften the market, and who knows? Maybe one day they'll become a customer. Maybe one day they'll become a distributor. You guys got me? So it's not always when you're branding about getting the customer today. That's not the reason that you're branding. That's called cross your fingers business, being branded, because you just never know who you're going to meet, just like Earl. So you got to be branded. It's better than playing the lottery. Be branded every single day. Every ounce of clothing that you have, make sure it's branded. Make sure your car is branded. Make sure you're not undercover is what I'm trying to say. Make sure that you're working on your level 10 product results every single day. Not just products. But you can't just drink 2 shakes and eat 4 pizzas and drink 3 beers every day and think you're going to get in shape just because you're taking the products. It's also how clean you're living in terms of your food choices. Everything that you put in your body. You guys got me? You got to be conscious of it. I'm not saying that you can't still enjoy life. Don't get me wrong. But I am saying be conscious of what you're putting in your body, because it'll end up showing up on your hips, your stomach, your face, your thighs, whatever, how you feel. You'll be all dragging with no energy, all that stuff. You guys understand? I stopped drinking soft drinks, sodas, whatever you want to call them, Cokes, Dr. Peppers, Sprites, when I was 15 years old. I'm 52. It just makes sense to stop drinking that poison. I don't drink coffee, never have. The only time I've ever drank coffee was in Italy when I would drink a shot of espresso. Because you're at the Italian dinner, so when in Rome, you do what the Romans do. So at the end of dinner, we'd have an espresso. That's the only time I ever drank coffee. I don't drink coffee. Why? I got Herbalife. How much money does coffee pay me? Coffee don't pay me nothing unless it's cafe latte. Hey, get out of here. Sorry, guys, that's my cat tearing up the carpet. I don't know why she does that, tearing up the carpet, costing me money. Okay? You guys understand? So that's, hey, and by the way, I'm almost done, but big disclaimer. I'm not trying to put my philosophy on y'all and convince y'all that you have to do the same. I'm just sharing with you my philosophy. You guys understand? Stop drinking diet drinks, Cokes, whatever, when I was 15. Why? Because it didn't make sense. I was working out, trying to get healthy. Poison doesn't make sense. I stopped drinking alcohol when I was 20. Now, I started when I was young because I grew up in a different age, but I stopped drinking alcohol when I was 20. And I was bartending when I stopped drinking alcohol. Figure that one out, right? Always around it, but you stop drinking, okay? So there's just life choices that you make because, like, if you're trying to get healthy and you're trying to represent a certain, you know, body image or whatever, there's some things that just don't make sense in your life anymore. And then after a while, the cravings go away. You don't even want them. And that's whether it's alcohol, tobacco, sugar, salt, high fatty foods, because your body gets addicted to salt, sugar, and saturated fats as well. Your body craves it. You know, those food manufacturers, they're not dumb. They got more than a high school diploma. You guys follow me? Why did they say Lay's potato chips, you can't just eat one? Yeah, I wonder. Go put that stuff under a microscope and see what sort of addictive ingredients are in that potato chip. Because I guarantee you, if we all took one, had a bag of Lay's potato chips right now, and we ate one, the whole bag would be finished by the end of this call. All of us. I don't care how healthy you are. Yeah, I can't stop. That stuff's addictive. That's the same with all this other sugar, salt, whatever. So with that, who wants to make $10,000 a month? Who's like really wants to make $10,000 a month? Now let's change the want. Okay? Who has to make $10,000 a month? Who has to? Like it's oxygen. Like that. I'm drowning. I need oxygen. I got to make $10,000 a month. I got a little child here. What it's going to do for my child? I got a wife here. What it's going to do for my wife? I got a husband here. What it's going to do for my husband? It'll change everything. Let me ask y'all. How many of you making $10,000 a month? It'll change everything in your life. It'll change everything. How many of you think you'll be happier? It's okay. That's not a trick question. I know sometimes you're like, well, you know, money's not everything. It doesn't buy happiness. There was a comedian that says, I don't know if y'all ever heard this comedian. Hilarious. Money doesn't buy happiness. Yeah, but it'll buy a jet ski. And if you ever seen somebody not happy on a jet ski, come on. Going through the waves. Come on, you got to laugh about that. Have you ever seen anybody? Come on, you can't get on a jet ski and go, no, you're going to be, oh, this is great. Money's not everything. But I tell you what, money can't buy happiness, but it'll buy a jet ski. I can't remember which comedian said that, but when he did that, it was so funny. And it's so true. It's so true. Guys, let me tell you, when I was in high school, one of my first cars was a 1966 Chevrolet Impala. Gear shift was automatic. It wasn't a standard, but the gear shift was on the column. And y'all know back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, also even the standard transmissions, the gear shifter was on the column in a lot of cars too. They called it a 3 on the tree. So, you know, you had the clutch and everything, and you'd have to shift gears on the column. Well, this Impala, it was an automatic, but it had a bench seat. It was green, faded, all faded. Woo! It was just a big tank hunk of metal. Four-door. And I wasn't that much shorter then. I'm sure I had to have been a little bit shorter than I am now. I'm only like 5'7", 5'8" right now, depending on what shoes I'm wearing. But I'm in that car. I can barely see over the steering wheel. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now, and there's a reason that I'm telling y'all this. And I had a pretty good reputation at school because I was friendly and stuff like that. I had a lot of friends and whatever just because I was friendly. And from all sides, cowboys, jocks, hippies, I was friends with everybody. I was friends with because that's just how I am. But I tell you, when I drove to school, I'm going to tell you something right now. That car affected my self-esteem. I would not park up front. I would park as far away in the back of the parking lot, hidden in between trees and other cars where people couldn't see me get out or get in. After school, when I would walk to the car, I would weave in and out of, I would do it incognito, but I would like take the long route because I didn't want people to see me getting in that piece of junk. It affected my self-esteem. Do you guys understand? I'm telling you, even telling the story right now without getting into the drama, I can still remember that feeling. And when I signed up in Herbalife, I had that feeling. Because my entire life, I grew up with second and third hand stuff. Never had anything new. That's nothing about my parents, a different generation. But clothes, garage sale. Grew up with that. That was the mentality. And that's fine. Because that was the culture back then. You want some jeans? $2 at the garage sale. 50 cents at the garage sale. Whatever. Right? And
Yeah.
but those memories, and not just the memories, but the feeling of what that does to you for your self-esteem, because I went to a school where a lot of my friends, their parents were like, my perception was they lived in a nice neighborhood, and maybe their father was a lawyer or a doctor or a dentist or whatever, or worked for a corporation. And my friends that were 15 and 16 years old, their parents bought them new cars, like a little new Mustang, little new whatever car, brand new. And here I am in this. You see how that would affect a person's self-esteem and self-worth and how they felt about themselves? I'm telling you, I brought that feeling to Herbalife when I signed up. That's why anytime anybody that made more money than me, and Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn and studying, because I'm like, this is my chance. This is my chance to never feel like that again. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. When I park up at the front at the gym and my 8-speed paddle shift C7 Corvette Stingray,
Woo!
and I back in, because I only back in, right?
All right.
And I cock those wheels to the side just like you would see it on the showroom. That's how I do it. That way the red calipers, everybody could see them shining, because you got to see the red calipers. Because the yellow Corvette with the red calipers on the brakes is like, it just boom. I'm telling you, in the 10-speaker Bose system in there, going, and I back up and I got 24 on there, my license plate, Herbalife 24, and I got the Herbalife leaf on the back. I'm telling you right now, I don't have any self-esteem problems getting in or getting out of that car. Driving away, driving up. Going down the highway when somebody pulls up next to me, how you doing? You follow what I'm saying? Going to the car in the thing, popping the trunk, open it up, thing looks like a Ferrari, poor man's Ferrari, but look, I mean, that thing is like a big old wing. When I put my gym bag in there, people be talking to me. It gives Herbalife a good name, and it gives them a perception about me as well. I didn't buy it for that reason, but I've had a lot of nice cars in Herbalife. I've had so many cars in Herbalife that we couldn't even drive them because we had too many in our driveway. That was back in the day when we were just spending too much money on cars and boats and motorcycles and whatever, all the fun stuff, right? Here's the point to what I'm telling you. When you have feelings like that, it will drive you to go build, blinders on, head down, butt up, wear whatever you got to wear, drink as much as you got to drink, talk as much as you got to talk, go to as many meetings as you got to go to, and keep doing it over and over and over and over until you get what you want. That's what I'm telling you. And the only reason I tell you about the 1966 Impala is because that's the feeling that I had, and that feeling will never leave. And I'm telling you, it's so worth it doing whatever you got to do, the work. See, take me out of Herbalife and I would be lost. I wouldn't know what to do to build what I've got in Herbalife. I'll be honest with you. So I'm very grateful for Herbalife because this is the vehicle, the product, the marketing, the structure to allow me and my family to have made our dreams come true. And by the way, we're not done, but I'm just giving you that little thing right there. So tap into something, because I felt like some of y'all could relate to what I was saying. There's something in your life that that's made you feel that way, that's affected your self-esteem, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a this or whether it's a that. I remember being with people at lunch, and then when it came time for the bill, I didn't have no money. And going into the lunch, I knew I didn't have any money, but I was kind of like, they forced me to go with them, but I couldn't tell them I can't go because I don't have money. So I was kind of like forced to go. But then the whole time while I'm eating, I'm like, how am I going to pay for this? What am I going to say? What story am I going to come up with? And then when the bill comes, I'm like, hey, dude, and you got to whisper to them. That's happened to me before. How humiliating. See? So it's things like that, and then I'll get off of it. It's things like that if you tap into that, you'll never, ever have a problem in your life about being branded 24/7, about using and abusing these products, and about talking and talking and talking and getting new business like you've never gotten before, and about going to the LDW, and about going to the STSs, and about getting your hands on as much of this environment as you can possibly get around until you get that $10,000 a month. If you're clear on the $10,000 a month, and that's what you want, and you got to have it like oxygen, like you need oxygen to breathe, you need that $10,000 to change your life, then guess what? It's yours. It's just a matter of time, but master the basics. Master use where talk. Master having relationships with people. Master being friendly. All the little things, you know what I mean? Jim Rohn says the small things make the biggest of the differences, right? Anyway, I could go on and on and on. That's it. Whoever wants to talk, talk.
Use where talk.
Exactly. That's it.
Use where talk.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay, cool, great. Yeah, I mean, just seeing you today in the parking lot, I think that was a great example of everything, right? I mean, we both have products on us, right? And, you can tell by the excitement in my voice. I'm fresh off the products. We both were branded, right? And when I was in the gym, he was definitely talking. And then it was funny to see. I think it was Alex, right? That
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah, because I remember me and Alex, we got started around the same time, and and I was just like, wow, man. This man has everybody's on the products. I was talking about you. And all it happens from just you doing the basics. You were using the product because you had the products on you when I met you. You're branded, right? And you definitely told me about it, right? So you talked about it. And then it's funny how it came full circle. Then when I pulled up on you and saw you in the parking lot, and anytime that stuff happens, I know we're always on the same wavelength. Things are just happening because you're always at Cowboys Fit. I did not expect you to see you there, right? And so we end up, seeing each other. I'm like, oh my God, Glenn Wells! Like, it's crazy. Like, what's going on? And so I was just so excited. And then, all the great things that happened. I just finished getting off an exciting call with CJ as well. And so then we're going to drop off some products. Then after I saw you, I see another customer, she leaving out the gym. And then I see another customer leaving out the gym. I'm just like, man, it's crazy. Like, because doing these basics that we're talking about, it's exciting because it's happening. Like, I know you over at Cowboys Fit now, but because you did the basics, I just kind of think about what's happening for you, because it's happening for you through me, right? Out here. But I'm just like, wow, look how big this business gets in such a short period of time, because it really hasn't been that long.
Right.
It really hasn't been that long. But
I was looking in there and I saw a Swan and I saw a Sharda and then I saw a Brandon and everywhere I look, I'm going, oh, there's another distributor.
Samantha Haynes was in there.
And then Ren came in.
Yeah, it was a lot of other customers got in there. So I mean, and it's crazy. So and that just came from a conversation, in the gym, and Trish is on the Trish was on the call. And Trish just came from Cowboys Fit, so through Renita. So it's just crazy, and I'm just excited for Renita because that's what's basically about to happen for her. Cowboys Fit, all these different places wherever she decided to go. So it doesn't take long. It's just amazing, and all that came from the basics, like you just said, using the products, wearing the brand, talking to people. And that's exactly how I got signed up, and that's how we basically took over 24-Hour Fitness Little Elm. That's how we took over 24 Hours Frisco. That's how we taken over Allen McKinney Plano. And and now we're about to take over Cowboys Fit. That's in a good way because everybody about to get healthy and stuff like that. So it's a good thing.
Hey, hashtag the takeover continues. And it's going to continue for another year, and then another year after that, and another year after that, and another year after that.
I got to share something with you real quick. I was share something real powerful with you. The reason why I was so excited to see you, you said something so touching to me because I was telling Renita about this because I was telling Renita about something. I was like, hey, I'm about to tell you something, Renita. I know you understand what I'm about to tell you, Renita. But I was telling her, hey, just trust me. I'm going to be with you the entire time. She's like, thank you for all you do, Coach. And I just remember all the gratitude I put to you as my sponsor, and I still do. And you said something at the table at the last LD, I think it was January kickoff. And you said something. He's like, I'm going to be there for you. I was there for you from supervisor. I was there for you at active supervisor. I was there for you at World Team. I was there for you at Active World Team. I was there for you at Get Team. I'm going to be there for you for Get Team 2,500. I'm going to be there for you for Millionaire Team. I'll be there for you for 7,500. I'm going to be there for you when I pin you President's Team. I was like, man, that means a lot. I know you were going to be there. I knew it, but it felt good to hear you say it. It felt good to hear you say it. And then, and I felt good to tell that to Renita. I'm like, Renita, I'm just saying Renita's example. I mean, I feel the same way about CJ. I was having the same conversation with Celeste today because I know I'm going to be there for all of them. As far as they want to take this thing, I'm going to be there because that's being passed down to me. And again, that's all coming from the basics. And you looking at what's happening with Morgan. I mean, they do that. That's all they do. Use the products. They're always wearing the brand, and they're always talking to people. It's the basics, and they just do it over and over, and they do it with excitement. Because we were excited in that parking lot, right, Glenn?
Oh, if y'all are on my thing, I had him recreate it, and I said, "Oh, you got to do that again," because my phone was in my bag. I said, "Let me get my phone out and recreate that." That was freaking awesome. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. When I heard that, I'm like, "What? Where's that coming from?" Because he was way out, in the parking lot, and it made me feel good. I mean, to go in the parking lot and have somebody lose their mind and call your name, I'm like, wow, that doesn't happen every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it made me feel good.
Yeah.
I have something to say with that part.
What? Go ahead.
I have something to say about that part.
Yeah, go ahead.
You saying that, Earl. I remember when Earl made Get Team. The look on his face when y'all came up on the stage, but he had no idea you guys were there. I still remember that moment because you were so surprised when you and Michael came up on stage because you guys were there.
Yeah.
But I just thought about that when you said that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we
It
got
was
the
so
best
great,
picture
grateful
ever.
to have y'all there at that moment.
We got the best picture ever,
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
We know how to take them pictures,
Mhm.
Earl. Earl was in the middle, had his hands raised up. Yep. And that's going to be like that for all of y'all. That's going to be like that for all of y'all. There's so many surprises. By the way, there's a little something on the other side of the things that are unexpected. Of course, we were talking about the other things about being mentally prepared for the things that are unexpected in life that catch you off guard. Well, that's on the negative side, but there's going to be lots of things that are unexpected and lots of positive surprises in Herbalife. You guys got me? Lots of positive things are going to happen in Herbalife that you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, right? The same way I wasn't expecting to be yelled at in a nice way across the parking lot today, or recognition and accolades and being recognized across the stage and going up on stage and having 1,000 people screaming for you because you achieved something. Let me tell you something. That's a feeling that will stay with you forever. That's the feeling that'll stay with you forever. I promise you one thing. Most people, the way that humans are made up, most people will work harder and be more focused and work for recognition than they will just for the money. If you even in Herbalife, if you got to $10,000 a month and nobody ever patted you on the back and told you how important you are and how much they appreciate you, and they never gave you medals and they never gave you the pen, and you never got on stage in front of 10,000 people or 1,000 people or 700 people or 1,500 people and everybody's clapping and you got it on video and you're crying, if you don't have those emotional moments that have touched your heart in your life, then guess what? The 10,000 means nothing. All those other things, now the 10,000 is great because we all need to like build our finances and, you know, pay for life and pay for our futures and whatever. So the money's great. Yes, cash the check, but the accolades and the recognition and the love that you're going to get back from you putting out. And a lot of the times your work and your effort and you going above and beyond in your business, not only does it come back directly, but many times it comes back indirectly. You end up affecting people that you never thought you would affect. And sometimes they're not, you don't even get paid from them financially. They're not even in your group, but you affected them. You changed their life. They come up and show so much love and gratitude and appreciation to you. And I'm telling you, you couldn't put a price tag on that. You can't put a price tag on it. And so those are just that's just a glimmer, a little snippet of the surprises and the things that you guys got to look forward to in Herbalife, in the VIP life, in Herbalife. You guys understand? So get that VIP life. Get that VIP life. I was excited. Bob messaged me today, and he says, listen, Friday night, we got a whole table full of people that qualified for the thing. That's going to be so exciting for the Prez Team experience. Can't wait to have dinner. Whole table full of people he's got, right? How you know, hey, that was a surprise. That's a nice message that you want to, I'm going, oh, that's fantastic. Do you think that made me feel good for a few minutes? Yeah. I actually, for the rest of the day, made me feel great. Can't wait, right? You want all your people sitting at the table with you. So the VIP life is waiting for all of y'all, and all it is, use, wear, talk. Massive action equals massive production. Do it consistently, do it massively, master the basics, and just keep doing it over and over and over and over. The only thing I would add on top of that is have some sense of urgency about what you do, because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Have that sense of urgency. And when we say sense of urgency, you know, it's called relaxed intensity. Yes, have a sense of urgency because the clock is ticking, but don't be so frantic about everything, because then you're like, you know, scattered, and then you stress people out or whatever. Your energy's not on point. Have a relaxed intensity about yourself. Have some certainty and assuredness about where you're going, because then your aura and your energy is more attractive to others. You guys follow me? And you'll end up saving yourself some heartache too. There's no sense in being all frantic and stuff. People get in Herbalife, they drink, 7 teas, and they're like, I gotta get the rest of this team, and then they're attacking everybody, and that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Them people, those Herbalife people are out of their mind. Yes, we are, but just like, you guys follow what I'm saying. So anyway, can't wait to see y'all at the LDW this weekend. The LDW is going to be out of control. Out of control. Anybody else want to say any words before we hop off?
I wanted to say a few
Brandon,
things.
anybody?
Yeah, just real quick, I can really relate today's STS, or not the STS, sorry, Wednesday night call. Like with what you were saying, I can really relate to the secondhand, growing up, just getting everything, just used. And so I wanted to relate to that. Thank you for sharing today. Thank you. We're really grateful for you, Glenn. We're grateful for everything that you give us. I speak as a whole because I know we wouldn't get on this if we weren't getting value. and from each other. And so every time you share, you know, if it's something new, it gets me all hyped up and excited because I'm finishing your sentences. So I'm like, I love it. Sometimes it's, you know, it's there.
That's
But when
awesome.
you speak new and you speak life into us like that, I love it. You know, when I hear a story I haven't heard from you, man, that hits my heart. I'm like, oh, okay. What is he sharing today?
Right.
You know, something like that where it impacts your heart. Man, I can subside with that because it drives me the same way.
Yeah.
And so like it gets me centered in my heart and like refueled for this whole week.
That's awesome.
Next week and the following week till the end of the month. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, I want to say something on that too, because I was just thinking, like I was saying, I get excited. Like I said, I'm just from an outside perspective. I don't know I know you got a ridiculously huge organization, Glenn, and I'm just glad to be part of it. And for what's happening in Louisiana, what's happening with Morgan and Zarita, and that group with Bob Gray, like for me, like I'm happy for you too. I want you to know that. So I want you to know that, like, because I know what you do for us. Because at being a leader, growing my business around just in the city, growing it across the world, I'm really building across the world, really building across this area, and thinking about the stories you've told me. And it comes from a lot of that too, from what you've told me. And then to see so many of us prosper because of the seeds you planted 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
And I think about whatever you endured, and I'm sure you may not say it on the call, but just because of the roller coaster of business, I can imagine the days it could have been tough just so we can have today. Just so we can have today.
Yeah.
So, because all I could think about in that parking lot at that moment, because it was a full circle moment for me when I saw Alex, because I know Alex started the same time I did, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't that crazy? Right? And so, because I'm thinking like, hey, that moment might bring him back. That moment might bring him back.
For y'all that don't know, Alex was a distributor that I signed up at the same time I signed up, or the same time frame, that I signed up Earl, and then some things happened with Alex and whatever life happened and whatever. And he's a young guy too, so that happens with young folks. And anyway, I saw Alex with his new girlfriend in the gym tonight. So I went over, talked to him. Hey buddy, how you doing? Whatever. And, but then when I was talking to Earl in the parking lot, because I was already talking to Alex about coming to Cowboys Fit, just check it out, whatever. And then when I was with Earl talking to him in the parking lot, Alex and his girlfriend, Lindsay, came out. But then also, and I'm sure this crossed your mind, not even about Alex coming back, but it's also kind of a real life representation about choices that you make.
Yeah.
Because here you have one person that decided for what life took him. And so do you think he's taking shakes? Do you think he's branded? He used to be. He used to be branded head to toe. Okay, but he became a little unteachable pretty quickly. It's like one of those young, I got all the answers type guy. But I learned a long time ago, most of the people with all the answers got none of the money.
Mm-hmm.
All the answers and that's kind of how he was, the young, a little arrogant, had all the answers, smart guy, had all the answers. And so now I think it's also a good comparison or contrast, I guess is the word, Earl, to see him in the parking lot. It's kind of like, wow, look at me.
Man, this is me.
Like
This is me with a shirt on. This is me with a shirt on.
Yeah, and that was Earl when he got started.
Like, right, that was literally, this is me 3 weeks before.
Earl, I had to roll Earl to the STF.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But I just want to say that because just give me this time. I appreciate it. There's a lot of things I want to say. I was on this noise couple of
Hey, you're breaking up a lot. I think
Is it
it's someone that came in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. I think that's better. Okay, I think we're good. Okay,
You're going next. Don't worry. I know you want to say something.
Yeah, okay. No, so I was just saying that that moment really was for that, like, and this, I think it's a lesson for everybody in the business. So Alex started first, and then he also had I know he hit like senior consultant before me and all that kind of stuff. It never really, you can be inspired or intimidated by a lot of things. But all I know is when I got in Herbalife, and we think we all we must remember that, We all got an Herbalife for our own personal goal,
Yeah.
right? So no matter whatever happened in the business, whatever happened to anybody, business good or bad, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter, because for me, I had to get these things. I had to reach these levels. For me, that's for my family. This is
Do that
necessary.
again, Earl.
No,
Do
for
that
me, I had to
again.
reach
There
these
you go.
levels. Right.
Okay, good. Very
So
good.
that's important. That's why your why is so important, right? And so, I don't know what Alex's deal is, a situation. I don't know, But all I know was me and Glenn were more happy than him in the parking lot. I know that, So, but I mean, it was like that for us. Everybody that when we come in there is because, it's about, and it's not about just about the money. It's exciting to build something. And you guys were needed. Anytime we do a presentation or have a conversation with somebody, rarely, I mean, this much of my presentation is about money. Like this much of my presentation is about money. Because even when I talked to Glenn, that much of the presentation was about money. And it's more about where you're going. It's about the vision. It's like the rear view mirror, right? When you're driving, the rear view mirror is smaller than a big windshield, because you shouldn't be looking back that much. Right? You shouldn't be looking back that much. It's only for a quick glance, right? So, and then when you paint the bigger picture, and when I talked to Trish today, and when I got her product, gave her her products, I told her the same thing. And she's like, "This is my first order." And I remember Glenn telling me the same thing. I got my first. That's the first of many more.
Oh.
I told Trish the same thing, because it was her first order. I said, "It's the first of many more." I remember when I was giving Renita all her certificates. She's like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting those." That's the first of many more. And I remember you spinning literally in the same parking lot, Glenn, telling me, I said, "Glenn, man, I said, man, I think this is going to be another ride." He said, "Oh, you literally did a 360 spin in the parking lot. Oh, you have no idea, baby." I'm like, what is he talking about? But I could have literally still been in corporate America, depressed with no vision. No lives would have been impacted. All those people in the gym could still be heavier, right? So it's amazing. And to see, because of that the paper ad, and look at Morgan and how their lives and LC's lives been changed because you guys put an ad in the paper, in the late 90s. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well said, buddy. Okay, Ren, go. I could add to that, but it's getting late. So, Ren, you're next.
I just want to say thanks to everyone, the whole team. And I would like to welcome Letitia Stewart. I know that Earl's made reference to her a couple of times. She is our newest distributor on my team. And speaking of Tish, if you would come off on mute for a minute. She's not on video yet. I don't think she had time to set the Zoom up. She just came on about 3 days ago. And actually, Glenn had an opportunity to meet her at Cowboy Fit, which is where she and I connected, building up relationships. And that's because I was branded. And I started speaking with her about health and wellness. And so we're building a partnership. And she is still on. Are you there, Tish? Can you say hello to everyone? Come off mute.
Is she the caller down there, 972?
Yes, she's the caller.
Let me unmute her, because maybe she can.
Okay.
Okay, she's unmuted now.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
congratulations.
Thank you. I am so super excited. You guys are contagious, and the energy and what y'all do is so infectious. I am just so excited to be on this team.
Woo!
Yes.
We're excited to have you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And next week, you got 1 week to figure out how to get on video.
All right. I got that on my list.
That's awesome. So happy for you. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, these are the good surprises, guys. I met her. When was that? Was that about a week ago or something, Ren? Yeah, it was last. It Earl's last thing, last Thursday night, wasn't it?
I think it was maybe
Or two Thursdays ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 Thursdays ago? Yeah. That's awesome, man.
She got a chance to come out to one of our shake
Love it when
parties.
the plan comes together, baby.
That's
Yep.
fantastic. Yeah, come this weekend. She can come for the whatever time that HOM and all that stuff is.
Oh no, she said she gonna qualify, baby. She said she
Oh,
gonna.
okay.
She said she gonna qualify. Trisha
Don't
ain't
worry.
play. Trisha
I'm
ain't play.
hustling. I'm hustling.
Trish, listen to them. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, this is what
I'm
she told
hustling.
us.
Hey,
This is what she
I'm
told us.
hustling.
Good.
They are Renita and Earl and CJ and all them. They you guys are awesome. So I just appreciate everything. You guys are just got me just fired up and ready to go.
Oh, that's fantastic. Girl, you ain't even gonna believe when you come to this training, this leadership development weekend, we call it LDW, but that's leadership development weekend. Anybody who's anybody is gonna be there. I'm telling you, if you think you're excited right now, hold on to your hat, your coat, your jacket, your shoes, your sunglasses. It's gonna be off this weekend. Ain't that right, Elsie? Tell her. Elsie, tell her. Come on, Elsie.
It's gonna be one to remember. I remember when I first won with Morgan. I ended up qualifying, and I was in that joint. Still had a lack mindset, and it was like people so happy and excited. And I just remember telling Morgan, I'm like, why are they so happy? If he touched my chair one more time, we're gonna have a problem. By the time lunchtime came, I was on the chair, and I was shoulders and stuff. So that's just how crazy it is. So just like he said, just hold on, catch the wind, baby, and fly.
Hey, by the way, look how skinny he's looking over there. What are you trying to do? Look like Style Bell?
I literally just sent you
noticed
that
that.
Look at you. Look at all
Elsie, did you
skinny.
get my message?
Thank y'all.
Elsie, did you get my message?
Huh?
You what?
Did I just send you a private message saying that?
Yeah, you
I
did.
just said that. I
You
just
what?
said that.
Hey, Earl, you watch. He's going to come strolling into that meeting with some little skinny pants.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be wearing some dress shoes with no socks and with little skinny
Crazy,
pants on.
man. You look great, bro.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Yes. I'm ready for that.
That's awesome.
Morgan,
Listen,
too,
love
man.
you guys.
Morgan look great,
Thank you.
boy.
Did y'all get some good info tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love you guys. Can't wait to see y'all this weekend.
See you this weekend. See you Thursday too, bro. So.